This title is narrated with virtual voice, computer-generated narration for audiobooks. Baby by My Best Friend's Daddy, by Josie Hart. 1. Rebecca? Isn't it weird? I asked when we parked outside the venue. I checked my makeup in the visor mirror. Why would it be weird? Brad asked. I'm not one of them. Brad put his hand on my shoulder. You're my best friend, Beck, and I'm one of them, as you put it, so by default you are too. I giggled and shook my head. That doesn't bring me even close. Brad shrugged. I don't give a shit. You're my plus one, so it's all good. I'm going to feel just as left out when I'm at the fundraiser with you later this year. I snorted. You never feel left out. Neither should you, Brad said with a grin. I smiled at him. Fine, let's go have some fun. We got out of Brad's car and walked toward the group of people who were milling around the front of the chapel, dressed to the nines. My stomach twisted as we walked toward them. They were all made of money. They had an expensive sheen to them, and they carried themselves like they knew they were all about what they had. Materialism wasn't hot, but these guys didn't seem to agree. Brad was a cavalier. It was some elite club that only a certain kind of guy could join, to do with the university he studied at or something. The Cavaliers all had a metric fuck ton of money, and the name of the game was making the money grow and passing it on to future generations. Brad was a legate. His dad was the Landon legate, the guy who started Paragon Security Solutions, and had so much cash he could wipe his ass with it and not blink twice. Brad was the sole heir to the Paragon throne. Another of the Cavaliers, Aaron Steele, was getting married today, and Brad, who wasn't dating, asked me to be his plus one at the wedding. I'd agreed because Brad was my best friend. Hell, he was like a brother to me. I hadn't thought about what it would mean until I'd gotten dressed to come here. I didn't fit in, I wasn't one of them. Hello, you two, Landon said, coming toward us. He looked dashing in a black tuxedo with a crisp white shirt. His salt and pepper hair had been combed back, and it made his blue eyes stand out even more than usual. Hello, Mr. Leggett. Landon rolled his eyes. Seriously, Rebecca, when are you going to stop calling me that? You've known me long enough to just call me Landon. I smiled. Landon. Better, he said. He clapped Brad on the shoulder. You clean up nice. Not as nice as Beck, Brad said. I blushed. I'd chosen a midnight blue dress, the bodice outlining my curves in a corset fashion, and I'd twisted my hair into a loose updo. It was the best I'd been able to do on my limited budget for a wedding as formal as this one. Stunning, Landon agreed. I blushed harder. I'll see you guys at the bar later, right? Landon asked and grinned at Brad, rubbing his hands together. What is a wedding if you can't celebrate it the right way? Brad laughed. Sure, Dad, we'll see you there. He grinned at Brad, nodded at me, and left to rope someone else into having a good time with us. You have such a fun relationship with your dad, I said. Brad shrugged. I guess it's because I never grew up with him in the house as a father figure. We could always just be friends. I nodded. Brad's mom and dad had been divorced for a long, long time, since Brad was a kid. Hey, buddy, a blond guy said, clapping Brad on the back. Was that the standard Cavalier greeting? Nice to see you. Who's your date? This is Rebecca Kent. Beck, this is Noah Forger, I said. I know. He grinned at me. My name precedes me. I nodded, feeling stupid. I should have just let him introduce himself. I knew all the Seattle hotshots by name because I was a fan of reading tabloids and keeping up with celebrity gossip. I'd never met any of them, but I could pick them all out. Noah Forger and his wife, Ava, who jiggled the cutest baby boy on her hip. Noah's dad, Archibald, who stood not too far off, talking to another lawyer, Elias Atwood, and of course his son, Gunnar Atwood, and his longtime girlfriend, the model perfect Madison Lake. Judging by the way Gunnar was holding on to her possessively, She would be the next Mrs. Atwood.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.